Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So when you see the picture on the screen, you see how they are trying to change the way I look. Now, what's the difference between changing the way Justin Bieber looks, or young Carlton, and the most handsome person ever lived? Well, part of the difference is in the description that I'm about to give. So picture this. Picture me looking extremely handsome, not like a gender neutral person, a Greek person, bisexual person, Roman, English, but extremely handsome, natural, not that kind of craftsman construct. And I have, say, 30 different martial art outfits, which is close to the number I had back in California. I threw a lot of them away. And I take them to the dry cleaners all the time because I have enough money to do so. And I'm married to a very tidy female who is maybe Asian or whatever kind of gorgeous female who would be extremely tidy and suitable. It's even called suitable, a suitable helper. Wardrobe, costume me, but I'm not playing a game, I'm not putting on a show. But in their wordplay, the word costume is a play on words for cost, you, me. And wardrobe, war, doctor, obi, as they doctor the evidence, and war, road, obi. Obi meaning king, heart, hut, essence, scepter, temple, core in Igbo, and kuro obi meaning black belt in Japanese, and it's often used in the other martial arts, jiu-jitsu, kung fu, right? It can mean belt, sash, what have you. So I'd have some kind of schedule. I'd wake up early in the morning and I'd have, maybe a t-shirt on, maybe a martial art, the martial art gi pants, but without the shirt on. I'd have a bunch of those for good measure. Maybe a hooded sweater, and I'd do a lot of chores with my wife. And at a certain time, I'd take a shower and I'd switch into one of these gis that is dry clean, whether I plan to go out or not. And I'd study the Bible very carefully, and I'd discuss things with her, and I'd make videos with her. And there wouldn't be microphone problems, what have you. You see, the opposition view, they rely on sabotage. They know when you think of that, it goes far beyond an English person, an American, a military person, a craftsman, a Freemason. They look like Mario and Luigi from the Mario Brothers, or like one of the George Bushes at best, what have you. Now, why is it fair to say this? Well, first of all, it's obviously and absolutely true. Secondly, look at the picture on the screen. Arguably, that's one of the better pictures or video images, a screenshot of a video that I have up there, because they've sabotaged my videos so much. Added red to my lips, even though everyone knows that's racist as hell, especially when you do it in the context of a black person. That is the main way we think of racial mockery, is when it's directed at a black person, and they're doing it for white and Jewish and LGBT supremacy. And what more needs to be said, right? Can you imagine the lowly, low-stock trash that would argue that I shouldn't say this? So you see this drastic contrast. Inside they are very filthy and evil. Outside you see their arrogance. You see their silly crests and their silly uniforms and their uniformity with silly uniforms. And we see the wordplay in pedo, which is short for pedophile. P-E-D-O. You have physical education, physical education on, the D-O spelled backwards, on, with one D instead of two. And you have the P for the penis, the E for effeminate, emasculate, silly, goofy, sissy, wussy, pussy, pansy, shady, sketchy, all these bad E words out there. So you see the contrast between me and them? The craft is not the master path. Science is obviously not the master path. And why would you think either of those paths could possibly be the master path? Take a look at them. Does that look holy to you? Does that look ideal? Or do they look like crazy people feeding the New World Order, playing a stupid game? And I'm sure by now, those of you who are watching my Proof I'm Christ playlist, you see that I've been going on about these things for quite some time. And they do not present a viable counterargument. And I have many videos where I cover news issues and get more views than these videos. And I make these points in those videos as well. Some have gotten hundreds of views, some even thousands. And there's no viable counterargument. Many people have tried to discuss things with me a little bit on the thousands and thousands of comments I've put in other videos over the years. Some get censored out, but sometimes the government representatives and other people try to respond, and they have no viable counterargument. They're filming right now. Now let me end this by reminding you of that idea of someone who strikes at world record speed. Me, tall, mulatto, the most handsome person ever. None of the LGBT nonsense in my image. No white supremacy, no Jewish supremacy nonsense, no kind of Jewish sage look, no gay Greek look, just pure handsome mulatto, a look that has only come once, the ideal look, and that will never come again. A look that many of you, if not all of you, cannot picture. And let me briefly talk about a video that's coming up soon here. I still have to make my numbers 12 video as well. It's the rules from the top martial artists, the true master of life, not mere wizards or mere rich people. So they're filming me more than usual right now. You could probably hear it in my voice. So I'm going to have to take a break here and make yet another clip. That's another way they provoke me, is I have to keep making clips and I have to wait like 10, 20 seconds because they add static and clicking noises in the first part. And quite often they do it in the latter parts as well, and I have to remake videos or post them with the clicking noises. Okay, so now really quickly, the rules from the top martial artists, the true master of life, not mere wizards or mere rich people, and I do not speak in code. I have 3 points, and I'll explain them more later, and I'll add some more points to this. 1, I'm the top martial artist ever possible. I decide what the rules are. Between my generational morality, my moral repetition, and my top martial arts challenge, I have won, and there is no undoing that. My triumph overkills that God has chosen me, and their childish attempts to put words in my mouth and other forms of cheating have overkilled that the gap is infinitely great and became greater. They have made it even greater. No one is allowed to reproduce, and people are just wasting away after my flesh dies, like mere homosexuals, unless they obey God through me in time. No offense to the LGBT community. It had to be put this way to punish the gays who were persecuting me, and all of you are cheating me as well. No one should have children, no matter what. Point number 2. Obedience to God and the divine order is the essence of drawing on the Spirit of God. Those who are outside the Royal African Falcon top martial arts order are not drawing on the Spirit of God and are in a state of chaos. They're in a state of chaos and pure evil at this point. And only mere illusion and confusion misleads people about this. So it's very obvious that if you're not obeying God, you're not drawing on the Spirit of God. That's where the line is. Not whether you have a lot of energy, not whether you know you're what's called keying up in martial arts and you know, having this kind of authoritative utterance in that sense, but whether you are obeying God. Because I'm obeying God, I am drawing on the Spirit of God, and I'm above all. And keep in mind, sabotage me, messing with my brain, it doesn't change that, because it has to do with the soul's ability to express itself through the brain in a way that is consistent with the breeding cycle of that person's family. Think about it. Point number 3. Where one draws the line, okay, drawing the line. Where do you draw the line? Are you drawing the divine martial art order line, or just mere, European royals, Jewish international financiers, LGBT, Greek society people with money? What line are you drawing? Your own line? Where one draws the line is key, as it reveals much of their true character. And the Lord weighs one's life, timeline, heart, and motives. When people are tested by their action-based praise.